Here we go.
Wait, don't just leave just yet. You do not have to know Dungeons and Dragons. It was magical as fuck. I've never royally messed up like this before. It's pretty much Furry Town.
My eyes. When you
In order to appreciate the stupidity, I TPK'd the universe.
just a bit too much.
Mother Tarrasque.
Right.
Morning book of the super early bird.
Okay, it's like a ninja. They strike in the middle of the night. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Good morning book of the queen of games and dragon roars.
Rah. Alright. Let me turn down the music a bit. How is everyone? How are y'all all doing? Ooh, a D&D story. Okay. I'm down. I like this song. I gotta tell ya. Wait, how many are we watching? That's a lot. We'll watch like 4. Oh, Dingo. I swear if Cinema goes out. 1 or 2? Okay, we can watch 2 of them.
I didn't think my first video would be Dungeons and Dragons, but, well, here we go.
Here we go.
Wait, don't just leave just yet. You do not have to know Dungeons and Dragons in order to appreciate the stupidity. Now, I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons for about 6 to 7 years, and I've never royally messed up like this before. Oh, Dingo, don't beat yourself up. Everybody messes up in D&D. Isn't that kind of like the point of the game? Everybody TPKs their team eventually. I mean, stray fireball gets out of your hand. One of your teammates has something explosive on their back. And boom! New campaign. No, but you don't understand. I TPK'd the universe. Just a little bit of background. This was a 3.5
You what?
campaign done by my boyfriend Felix, and there were about 5 players. At the time, there was only 3 of us, because the other 2 were sick. My character was a level 6 wild mage, named Sips. The thing about a wild mage is that they can cast magic, but they have a percentile where their magic can go wild, where it can really mess up everything. You want to cast create water? Well, how about snakes? Or you want to cast light? Well, how about a dire bear? My character's wild magic percentile was determined by how much his curse was grown on him. He had a crocodile hand, and the more that it grew onto him and his skin became more into a crocodile, the higher percentage his wild magic was. At the time, he was about at 30% for his magic to just go buck wild. The session started normally like all sessions, where we were trying to get to another town, and this town particularly was in the swamps, and it was called Alchemist Quarry. We're traveling through the swamps, and we constantly have to make reflex saves, because there's friggin' earthquakes every gosh darn minute. We didn't really think much of it, but turns out it's kind of
Alright, I'm gonna start recording here.
our death.
Sorry.
Foreshadowing. We arrived at the town, and this town was really, it was magical as fuck. Everything was magical. All the buildings, all the people, just magic. Since there were only about 3 of us instead of the normal 5, we kind of all looked at each other and went, want to go get drunk? Heck yeah. We went for a drink, and, well, my character doesn't really drink. He's never gotten drunk before. So initially when he went to the bar, he kind of hung out and did nothing until one of the players in my group went up to me and said, "Hey, you want to sing karaoke with me?" And Sips was like, I'm gonna have to get really drunk for that. So he rolled and he got a natural 1. So he kind of just looked at the drink and was instantly smashed. Now, I don't know what you think, but I think having a drunk wild mage is not really a great combination. But Sips managed to go up there and actually crush it. He was a great singer, he rolled high, and at the end, he wanted to show off his little bit of magic and cast dancing lights as something like, ta-da! Well, when he did that, Felix rolled for the percentile and got like a 29, like just under the percentile. So as soon as he cast lights, dancing lights, it was wild magic. We all kind of looked at each other and went, what's gonna happen? And so Felix was like, okay, I got this. He looks at the chart next to him and he rolls to see what he has to choose from the chart. So he rolls, and then you kind of see this expression on his face where he goes, ooh. And then everybody kind of like looks at each other and goes, what's up, Felix? With this blank stare into nothingness, he goes, when you cast dancing lights, you feel the energy leave your hand, and then you feel nothing after. As you have now created a 700-foot radius of permanent dead magic. As in, no magic can exist in this space. Ever. We're in a city that is all magic. Everything's magic. The drinks are magic. Food's magic. Your underwear is magic. Everything is magic. And I just created a 700-foot radius, so 1,400 feet across, of permanent dead magic. Sips kind of like stands there, and first of all, he's drunk, so he doesn't really realize what just happened. But the player next to me definitely knows what just happened. Everybody in the bar just starts to freak out. The guards go into a panic. They see what I just did, and they just charge at me, in which the player next to me grabs me and says, oh, we gotta go. We run down the alley being chased by these pretty pissed off guards and pretty pissed off civilians.
Ironically, killing no one, but killing the town all the same. When you fuck up just a bit too much.
And my character's like, what's everybody so mad about? We see a building that we can climb up and hide from everyone. We get up, and we somehow manage to avoid the guards and the angry mob of magic users. Well, prior magic users. And there comes over this false sense of security, that everything's fine. And we're on top of this building, and it's like, oh, thank God we lost them. Probably not a great idea to create a 700-foot radius of permanent dead magic. But you see, that wasn't the problem, because the problem was really when I heard Felix go, how big was that permanent dead magic zone? And I kind of like turn to him and say, like 700 feet radius, so 1,400 feet across. And he just has this horrified look on his face. You can just see the numbers floating in front of his head as he's trying to calculate something. He turns and goes through his notes frantically, looking for something.
Oh dear.
And then you just hear a, oh no, oh no, in which the entire group goes, what is it? And then we feel a rumble underneath us. The same rumbles we've been feeling all throughout the campaign, these little earthquakes that I was complaining about. Yeah, so we turn and we see this creature bursting out of the ground and rising up. And you know what it is? For any of you kids at home that may know, it's a Tarrasque.
Hooray!
And for any of you kids who don't know what a Tarrasque is at home, this thing is 50 feet tall, 70 feet long, and weighs 130 tons. This is the scariest creature in D&D. It eats worlds for fun. So let me just read an excerpt from the D&D Wikipedia page on the Tarrasque. Although no one present has likely ever seen it before, its hulking monstrosity is instantly recognized to anyone who has ever heard the stories of the legendary Wrath. There is only one beast that casts its shadow over entire cities, only one creature capable of striking such fear into all who gaze upon it. After all, there is only one Tarrasque.
What do you mean?
All it does is kill, eat, sleep, and repeat. This thing has 700 health, attacks with plus 46, and moves at 80 feet per turn. This thing is insane. And did I forget to mention that I'm a level 6? All my party members are a level 6. How are we supposed to go against a level 20? It's a god! Yeah, because it turns out this village out in the middle of nowhere has a freaking Tarrasque underneath it that was held by immovable rods of magic. So when I cast that dead magic zone of 700 feet, it kind of dispelled the rods and released the Tarrasque. But it wasn't really my fault, because who freaking keeps a Tarrasque underneath their city? That's like keeping the Antichrist in your closet.
I like the analogy.
So I
Get out of my
drunkenly
closet.
sang karaoke so bad that I released the apocalypse. Yep. Today's video is sponsored by thedeckofmany.com. My first sponsor, you guys. Yay! Also, this is a part 2 of my previous D&D video, so I'd recommend watching part 1 so you're not wondering what the heck I'm talking about. But if you don't, I get it. You're a rebel. You live on the edge. Okay, so why is there a part 2 to this? You'd think after releasing a Tarrasque, it'd be game over, right? And believe me, we thought that too. We were planning to throw our character sheets into the fire. Till Felix was like, just hold on a second. My group's philosophy for playing D&D is fun trumps rules. So if there's a rule that we all unanimously agree is kind of silly or just doesn't really work, we get rid of it. It's just our interpretation of the game, which is fine. Everybody plays
that's a good
D&D
rule.
differently. And that just happens to be the way we do it. So we all agreed we wanted to give it another shot and keep this campaign going. We loved our characters and the story that Felix was making, so we weren't going to give up now. We ain't no quitters. To be honest, I didn't think I'd be talking about this anymore, but I think it's interesting and fun. It's all kind of an experiment. So let's have a go at it, right? Okay, so let's establish some things I left out from the previous video. Our team consists of a druid named Gothy, a crystal golem named Gorthan, a spell scale named Julian, and a magical girl named Arena. Yes, we have a magical girl, and yes, she sparkles and everything, and yes, we are blinded every time she transforms. My eyes! Alchemist Quarry is also inhabited by mostly anthropomorphic creatures. It's pretty much Furry Town, which we constantly make fun of Felix for making.
There's a reason they're furries, damn it!
We'll get back to that later. Also, the name of the campaign is called Fool's Gold. It's because at the start of the campaign we were all merchants, which eventually we all became adventurers. Fun fact. The three of us are standing outside of the city, watching this Tarrasque start to decimate buildings and start the apocalypse. Sips is still drunk, and eventually...
All you gotta do, up by the neck, crack it like a shrimp.
Eventually is
Like a
slapped out of it.
scrimp!
And now he can see what he did. Well, I'm just gonna go... Nope, we are fixing this. How? I don't know if you've noticed, but I kind of made a 700-foot radius of permanent dead magic, and I kind of use magic, so I can't exactly do anything. I could yell at it, but I don't think that's gonna help. The group brainstormed around the table for what seemed like forever, because essentially we're trying to stop the apocalypse. Maybe we could freeze it with a huge amount of freezing potion. Maybe we could, find a genie and wish it gone. Now hear me out. Another Tarrasque. Are you still drunk? In the meantime, the city mages come together and form a circle around the city, slowly dispelling the permanent magic zone. Pretty much the entire time that our group is running around, freaking out, and being useless. Eventually, they dispel the zone, and out comes this woman, this mysterious figure who is very obviously the leader, who brings out 2 followers and a chest. They open up the chest and give her what looks to be shrunken versions of the Tarrasque's hands, feet, and head. It's kind of like those voodoo shrunken head kind of stuff. Creepy. She puts them on and starts to control the Tarrasque using magic, like some kind of crazy puppet master. Extra creepy. Right at that moment when she starts to use the voodoo that she do, all the anthropomorphic NPCs in the town start to freak out. Like they're on fire, but there's no fire. It seems like the magic that she's using is affecting the citizens, but only the furries. And then Sips feels it too, but only in his cursed arm. It's like somebody dipped your arm into acid. Great. Should we deal with that? Nope, this is fine, this is perfect, this is great. Yep. Sips tries to cast sleep on himself to try to get away from the pain, but he fails his concentration check because he feels like he's burning in acid. Gothy quickly shoves a sleeping potion down Sips' throat to make him fall asleep, but he succeeds his save, so his body won't take it and he won't fall asleep. I'm just rolling saves like go to sleep, damn it, but he keeps succeeding. So while this is happening, all the mages surround this lady and buffs her constitution to double the amount of the Tarrasque, so essentially bumping her HP like a madman. Then she starts to choke herself, which translates to the Tarrasque choking itself. Due to her ridiculous constitution, she is able to outlast it. It's kind of like a holding your breath contest in a way.
Okay.
And essentially, she chokes out the Tarrasque like a boss. So while this is all happening, everybody's just watching and going like, whoa, this is crazy. Whoa, this is so cool. Wow. While Sips is just screaming in agony in the background. She stops the magic. Everybody, including Sips, stops freaking out and feeling like they're gonna die. She then takes off her creepy gear, turns in our direction, and takes a second. Sips? Sips's face of first pain, then relief, then confusion, turns to just pissed. Just a look of pure rage as he is staring down the woman that ruined his life, Kinora. Okay, so I kind of need to let you know a little bit about Sips' backstory for you to know why he looks at this woman like he wants to cast a level 9 spell up her face. Sips is not actually an anthropomorphic monkey or an apeling like some of you guys think, or some other monkey races in D&D. He's just a normal monkey who, when very young, got taken and sold to be an entertainment monkey. Those ones with the little hats and the music box. Not a great look for him. He's just a monkey who hated his life. Till one day, a mysterious figure came up to Sips' owner, Hodge, and asked to buy Sips' hands and feet. Just the hands and feet. You weirdo! So Hodge knocks Sips out, cuts off his hand. Sips wakes up, 'cause you just cut off his hand. Attacks Hodge, 'cause you just cut off his hand, and beelines it out of there to the swamps. He's losing a lot of blood, and he becomes lost. Then lo and behold, guess who shows up? Boom boom, mysterious figure who wanted his hands and feet 'cause they're creepy. Which turns out to be, boom boom, Kinora. She offers to help him. I mean, he's a monkey. He has no idea what's going on, what this woman is saying, so he's gonna die if he doesn't accept. So he's like, okay. She takes him back to her house, essentially a voodoo shack. She's a witch doctor who's bat crazy. Puts him on a table and helps him, emphasis on help, by attaching a very special, a very cursed, magical crocodile hand onto his vacant stump of a right arm. At that moment, so much magic and energy flows through him that he becomes awakened. So for anybody who doesn't know how the awaken spell works, it pretty much just means that you become conscious or sentient. So monkey ain't no stupid monkey anymore. He understands. And Kinora's like, cool, now we can replace some other things. Nope, this witch is crazy, I'm out. Sips attacks Kinora and nopes right out of there. So from there on, he just traveled and slowly became Sips. So you can get why he stares at this woman with the rage of 1,000
I like how
suns.
pants is the only thing
But
that
I'm gonna
changed.
leave it here for a part 3 because the video is getting a bit long. I'm not really sure how you guys are gonna react to this video, but I had fun making it, so I'm
think it's
happy.
pretty good.
I will also be putting out an animated story
like
video in between.
It's pretty good. Very I like it. Oh, made me hungry when I heard about the Tarrasque. But anyways,
Queenies,
obviously, go watch Dingo
probably,
Doodles.
unless the urge hits me to just keep going with part 3, like
As we can see, inspiration kept going, which is good. It looks like she really enjoyed it. Blah!